You're listening to Project 35, a project that I'll be interviewing 35 women coming from different countries and backgrounds. So let's listen to their stories and cheer them on their own unique journey. And I hope you will enjoy it as much as I do. Hi, Christina. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting me to your Project 35. It's a great
Yeah,
honor to be here.
it's my pleasure as well, and I'm really glad that you agreed to be a part of it. And we know each other through IIN, and I think IIN is a life-changing experience for me where I've learned so many things. I've got to know you and so many other amazing ladies, and I'm sure that since we have graduated for a while, a lot of things might have changed for you. But first thing first, maybe would you like to share with all of us, the audience who listen to our conversation today, a little bit more about yourself, like where are you from, where are you currently located, what is your career work, and as well as your maybe your passion as well? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So my name is Cristina. I'm from Brazil and I have been living in Japan for 17 years. And currently I'm working as a legal assistant in an intellectual property office. It has been 2 years and a half. And but everything changed in my life in 2020, the end of 2020, when I was diagnosed with two autoimmune diseases.
Mm.
Before, I thought I was very healthy person and there was no problem with my health, annual checkup and everything. But suddenly, I think most of women has a problem of constipation,
Mm.
allergies, and after 50s, you have a hormonal not balance, so you start feeling weird, but you think it's normal. But this is not. I realize that it's not normal.
Mm.
So since that, when I since the diagnosis, I start my searching about autoimmune diseases.
Mm.
What is this? Why this disease happens
Mm.
to some women or some people, not just women, but why? There is a cause of all of this, not just
Mm.
the symptoms or just do the treatment, but I want to know more why this caused me. And then I realized that it's not only the food that we eat.
Mm.
Of course, food is important, but I realized that my lifestyle is not good. My probably my emotions, my mental and emotional health was not good, also not balanced. So join everything, food and emotions, mental and lifestyle, everything together cause all the cause disease. I think it's more, this is the cause of most chronic disease in many people, but
Mm.
people don't know that.
Mm.
They think it's normal to have
Okay.
some constipation, some diarrhea, some allergies, and people think it's normal, but it's not
Mm.
normal.
Mm.
To have
Yeah.
PMS, women have this,
Mm.
suffer with this,
Mm. Okay.
and this is not normal.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
we cannot see this kind of signs that our body is giving to us as something normal. We need to check.
I
When we
see.
start feeling these signs, we need to, well, stop and take care, be more aware, conscious about these signs.
Mm.
but we work, we have a very stressful life and work and lots of things. We don't care much about our health. If we are not having fever, we don't go to the hospital. I think you think it's okay. But sometimes it's not okay, and you have to check.
I see. So Cristina, you mentioned that everything changed for you when you found out that you have an autoimmune, and something seems to be very much like a physical health related. Along the way, as you mentioned, you actually realize that there is underlying cause, and it's all got to do with other issues such as your emotional health, the way you manage stress. So I'm just wondering, when you first found out about that, how did you know it's an autoimmune? Like, did you happen to know because you went to see the doctor and doctor shared that with you? Or how did you know and discover that you're actually having an autoimmune rather than just a usual and normal bloatedness or, digestive issues?
Yeah, summer 2020, summer of 2020, I started having allergies in my skin, and it was itching. I thought I don't know why, but okay, it's okay. I didn't go. I think I realized that, and I went to the drugstore and buy something to for skins itching, and it was okay. But it was after, I think, 3 or 4 months, I realized that, wow, I think this is not normal. I think I have some food allergies or something. I need to check, because I thought it was because of some mosquito bites or something. And it was not. So I thought, oh, I think it's something that I'm eating or some food allergies. So I went to the dermatologist and we did blood tests and asked her, oh, and she said, okay, let's investigate more. Let's try to find something, if it's some problem in your liver or something. It's not about only with your symptoms. I cannot say if it's a food allergy. So let's do investigate more. So when I received the result, and she said, oh, you don't, the doctor said, oh, you don't have any allergies, food allergies. It's everything okay. So, wow. So, and she said, but you have, here it's not clear what kind of autoimmune disease you have, but it's suspect. So you need to go to another hospital, because we don't have someone specializing in autoimmune disease here. So I went to a big hospital, and then I need another, lot of blood tests, withdraw a lot of blood, and did. And after that, but when I went to this big hospital, before that, I started researching about autoimmune disease. Because I had 1 week, I think, from one hospital to another from the result. So I knew something about, I start knowing what's autoimmune disease, what can cause, and everything. So I start getting worried about it. And then when I went to another doctor, a rheumatologist, and she said, oh, yeah, you have, we need to do another exams and to check what kind of autoimmune disease you have. And then another test is again. And after that, after 2 weeks, I think I got the results, and she said, oh, your case is in the early stage. So you don't, at this stage, we don't give any medication. And when it gets worse, we can do some strong medication like corticoids or something like that. And I said, oh, I don't want this kind of.
Exactly right. We wanted to cure it when it's still at early stage, right? Rather than waiting for
Yes,
it to
yes,
develop further.
yeah. And I asked her, do I need to do something to prevent that this, uh, if I'm in the early stage, if it go get worse, what can I do to prevent this situation? Do I have to do any diets, or should I, can I eat, I cannot eat something, or any restriction food, or what I have to do to prevent? And she said, oh, you don't need to do anything. I said, sure, I don't need to do anything. And I was not satisfied with this, what she said. So I start researching by myself. And she said, okay, so you are in the early stage. So after 4 months, you come back and we do another blood test, and we will check how it's going. But meanwhile, I was searching, and as a Brazilian, I start checking if about this. Well, nowadays we have lots of information in the internet, so it's easy. You go to Google and you search autoimmune disease treatment, and
Exactly.
everything you can find. And I find group on Facebook about autoimmune disease, and people who was talking about this, and why this, and what should I do.
Mm.
So the first thing was to eliminate gluten
Mm.
and sugar,
Mm.
processed food, everything. And then I start before, after when I realized that, I start eliminating these things. And after I eliminate gluten, in 1 week, the allergies was gone in my
Wow.
skin. Sugar. So I was kind of radical.
Mm.
From today,
Just
I don't eat gluten, no sugar, no processed
wow.
food.
That's amazing. So I'm just curious here when doing this elimination test for gluten, for sugar, for processed food, and then you see such a huge changes in your health, and that's why you decided to continue with this diet where you are not touching on those food group. But is there a time you feel craving for it, like you feel that, oh, today I wanted to eat pasta, or today I wanted to eat something sweet? Is there a time you feel such cravings, and if it does, how did you manage that?
Yeah, but when you have, you know that you have, you cannot trigger these
Mm,
these genes that cause this autoimmune disease. That can, I know, I thought I don't want to take medication.
mm,
So it was a decision that I made
I
to
see.
myself. I
Mm-hmm.
want to be health. I don't want to.
Okay.
I know that autoimmune disease, there is no cure for.
Mm,
You don't have, you don't have a cure for this disease. You just have a remission.
mm,
So I want the remission, the genes that triggers the disease. You can kind of make them sleep.
mm,
So the food I eat, the lifestyle I was having, stressful lifestyle, not doing exercise, bad eating habits.
mm,
This is all that caused the trigger to these genes to activate and get worse.
mm.
So fortunately, it was in the early stage. So I thought, I don't want to be sick. If I can do something, it's now. I need to do it now.
Okay, so it takes a lot of commitment. I can see here,
Commitment. Yeah.
and discipline, because first of all, you know, you wanted to be strong, you wanted to be healthy, so you have to be really disciplined with the food that you eat. And you also mentioned very disciplined in terms of changing to a healthier lifestyle. So you mentioned that, you know, it's also got to do with not doing exercise, you know, very stressful. Does it got to do with your job, or is also other aspect in life that, you know, create such stress?
Yeah, this is the point. That it's not that the job was causing me unsatisfied or stressful. I think I was not happy with myself. I didn't know why I'm here. What's my purpose? But I was blaming my job. It's not that I was, the problem was not maybe the job. The job maybe has some part of this stress, but it's not totally, I cannot blame for everything. I think it was my problem. I realized that I have to change also. That's why I quit the job after 13 years working in this job. I was not happy because I was not happy with myself, not because the job was not making me happy. I had to be happy with myself. I was not happy because I didn't know why I was doing this. There was no meaning in my life. I need to find this purpose. So that's why I thought it was the job that was causing me stress. Yeah, but it's not. But I take the decision to quit this job after 13 years. I didn't have another job, but after 2 months, I was in another job. It was not the, I was not, oh, I want to do this job. No, I think I will try to do this. Let's see. Maybe I will find joy in this job. Maybe I will find some meaning, or I don't know. But I was in a journey to find myself. Yeah. And also the disease came in the same time. So everything came in the I think in the right moment. Maybe everything has a time, right moment, when you realize that you need to do something, you need to change, not other people, not the job. You need to find your joy.
I see. So it sounds to me that, you know, this autoimmune disease is happened in a way as it is a wake-up call. You know, it's
Yeah.
happened in the way that it's make you realize, you know, shake your world to realize that you are not happy with your life. It's not about a job, but it's about you see and expect and what you wanted to do in your life. And I can see right now, I can see that you are very happy. I can feel a sense of calmness and happiness and content in your eyes and in the way you're sharing the story. So what have been changing over the last few years? What has been the biggest change that you have realized in this soul searching journey for you?
I think I start learning to love myself. People
Love
say,
that.
oh, you have to love yourself. I didn't know how to love. What the meaning of this? I didn't know how to put this in my life. What was to love yourself? To love yourself is to take care of your health, to be aware of your emotions. You have to care of yourself. Find your purpose. Find what makes you happy. Not just living a life, just living. Yeah, you have a purpose, so you need to find it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
not just surviving, but
yeah,
living your
not survive.
life. Yes.
Living.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, find your purpose and find out what makes you happy. So what is making you happy the most right now?
Well, I find joy in my life. I'm happy because I realize that I have a purpose, and I
Mm,
find that about health, nutrition,
mm,
and how is important to be, how can I say, to 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 know what you are eating. That the
mm,
food that we eat, it's so important. The lifestyle we have is important. As I'm not young. I'm 57. So I came through many years to realize that, but I
mm,
realized that it's not too late to change your life. It's not because you are, oh, I'm 50, I'm 40, and I don't want to study anymore, I'm going to retire. No, you have a lot of things to do in life. You can find your happiness, you can find
mm,
your purpose, you can find something that will make you happier.
mm. That is so great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how
mm,
old you are.
mm,
You can change, and it's not because you are with your almost 60. Oh, it's because I'm getting old. That I have this. I have back pain. I have this, and blah blah blah. No, this is not normal. You can be healthy. You can live uh, a life without having with healthy life. You can,
mm,
and you can enjoy your life.
mm. I love that. And how does people around you, in terms of your family members, your friends, react to this change in you? Like, I'm sure that you have found new passions in nutrition, that you learn how to take care of yourself better. And you glow. You're such a healthy, strong woman, even as your age. And I'm really admire that. So how did people around you react to all of these changes? And how do you find that it benefits them? Like, do you find that by learning throughout that, you can help to benefit and support them in some way as well?
Yeah, so that's why some friends realize that I'm wow, there is something different in you. I met a friend in this year in June, and it had I think it was more than almost 2 years that we didn't see each other.
Mm,
And she said, Chris, you are so different. What happened? You are shiny. You are different. So what happened? And I shared a little bit what's going in my life, and about nutrition, about doing exercise and everything.
mm,
And and I told her that I find something that it's make me uh, happy about nutrition, take care of, and all these changes in my life I want to share with people. That's why I enrolled IIN to be a health coach, to help people. I want to share all this information that we know, the knowledge, everything that we learn, and everything that I'm learning through other courses that I'm doing about health, about nutrition. So I want to share with people. I want to help people, and I
mm,
want to tell them that it's possible
mm,
to be healthy and be happy in all areas of your life, not just in your physical health, but your emotions, in your relationships, in your career, in everything. So this is a very important, I think, to share with people. And this is my passion now, to share with people, to help people.
I love that. And
that it's possible.
So true. Yes, I think is you becomes your biggest example, because the moment people see such positive change in you, they will realize that what you have been practicing, what have you been doing, is really benefits and support the healthier lifestyle. And everybody nowadays, I think we are living in an era that we always have so many responsibilities at hand. We always having a lot of things to take care of, and sometimes we tend to neglect our health, and especially like you mentioned women as well. So if there is a biggest lesson, a biggest message that you would love to share with all of the women out there, when it's come to health, whether it's physical health, mental health, and emotional health, what is the biggest lesson that you think that all women should know?
First, I think we don't need to wait to have a diagnosis. We can prevent. We can start preventing any disease, because our body is giving signs, and we need to be aware of that. Yeah, we need to know that this is very important, what your body is telling you. But we don't realize that. I didn't realize. So I want to tell them that your body is giving a sign, and you have to be aware of this. Pay attention what your body is saying. So before you get sick, it's better to prevent. It's easier. But to do all these things, you have to be committed to yourself. It's part of you to love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you will not commit to do these things. You will not have discipline. People don't think much about themselves, I think. Just go working and kids and lots of things of your daily things you do, and you forget about yourself. But you need to have a moment to take care of yourself, to love yourself. This is important. Don't neglect.
Thank you so much, Cristina. And I really enjoy our conversation today. And I wish you all the best as well in your journey. And meanwhile, continue to share your light, continue to share your wisdom, and continue to be the best, awesome version of yourself. Thank you so much.